bitches, hoes, men, women, children, whoever you are, everyone's welcome to it. Your boy Peter here, aka Peter Freakout Turn, baby. Bringing you guys another update. Hell yeah! Finally got another update going. This is a Christmas update I've been meaning to do for a while because I got a lot of stuff to show. I got some games, I got some comics, and I got some films. Some of them I do got to start soon. And just making sure I got one under it. Yep. Got one of those things under it. And also I had my birthday recently, so that was some stuff that I got. But got like 3 comic books. One of them I'm really looking forward to reading. I started reading because I've been dying to get into this comic because I love these games. But got some good stuff here. Got some really great stuff that I can't wait to show. Got some N64 games, 1 PC game, and 3 PlayStation games. Those are the stuff that I picked up, that I got. I got some films in there, too, that I will show later. And I do need to show them because I got to reorganize my closet soon. But we're going to start with the comic books first. Now, the first comic that I actually got, this is to continue on from a comic book series I love, and I had played the game recently, Shadow Man. This is issue 9. This was in November of 97, so kind of close to the game. Basically continuing Michael Leroy's story. Once again, sadly, this is not done. This doesn't have as good of the art style as the other one, like the, what was it, the Garth Ennis one, but it still looks pretty cool. It still kind of feels like they're going back to it a tiny bit because it's got that feel of it, like a tiny bit of the feel of it. So I do like that. That's a cool thing to have. And considering how much I love the game, it's going to be really cool to continue that. So that I'll be reading soon. And the next one that I got, this is the one that I've been dying to get. This is the Tomb Raider comic. This is the Hollow one. This is the issue 1, the original issue that kind of has Laura's adventures, that continues Laura's adventures from the game. Got an ad for Austin Powers. I was really excited for this because I loved the Witchblade and Tomb Raider comic. I read that and I really enjoyed Top Cow's work on the comic, and I would love that they were taking on Lara Croft, so it was really cool to see that with this game. So with this comic series, see where it continues. I have started reading it. It's really good. Once again, like Top Cow and Image, the art is amazing in this comic. Definitely has a great look and feel to it. Get some nice shots of Laura there. I don't want to read too far into it because I haven't gotten as far yet. But let me get to a part with some action. Right here. Nicely drawn. Faces look great. I love Top Cow. I love Image Comics. I love the 90s. I love their work on The Darkness and Witchblade. Speaking of Witchblade, here it is. Issue 5. I do have to finish issue 4, so I'll be starting this soon. I'm not going to take it out and show it. But it looks like a very good issue. Definitely like the artwork here. Definitely has some cool looks to it, so we'll see how this one goes after I finish the next one. But those are the comics I got. Now on to the games. And we got like 4 N64 games and 1 PC. The first one that I got, this is one that I got to start soon. That is Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, I know there's some mixed thoughts on this game, but I really want to try it because it looks fun. I like the idea of a 3D platform Donkey Kong game. I think it has a cool look and feel to it. I like the characters, and I like Donkey's redesign, so that's very cool to have in this game. And I especially like the various gameplay elements, so I'm really excited to start this game. That's Donkey Kong 64. Or basically, and plus what also makes this cool is that you get to play as Donkey's family, you get to play as Diddy, the younger one, and a few others too, and each have their own abilities as you go through the game trying to stop Hyrule. Very cool orange one. Very cool orange case. This is one that I was dying to get because I thought the idea looked interesting. Jet Force Gemini. Basically, it's like a kiddie version of Starship Troopers. That's the best way to describe this game. I thought this one looked very cool. So, definitely nice to finally have this one. Alright, so continuing with the games that I got, the last 2 N64 games. Next one I got was Space Station Silicon Valley. This is one that I've been interested in checking out is by the people at Take-Two who did Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2. So this will be interesting to play since I do have a video recorded of Grand Theft Auto 1. So that'll be playing soon. Basically this time it's like you're this little microchip who lands on a planet, and basically you can possess particular animals and all that stuff like dogs and mechanical stuff. It's very interesting, definitely very inventive. So yeah, Space Station Silicon Valley for the N64. And the next game that I got to add to the 007 games, continuing on from GoldenEye, which I do plan to beat, I also got The World Is Not Enough for the N64. I know it was available on the PlayStation. This is not made by Rare. This is actually made by Eurocom. So that's very cool. Basically, you play through the movie, much like much like GoldenEye, but you do your own thing, and it looks very interesting. Definitely looks fun. Definitely has some multiplayer too. I'll definitely review this when I beat it, and when I beat GoldenEye. Adding on to the Tomb Raider collection, Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Got this for PC. I also know it's based on also know it's for the PS1. This is very cool to have though, but definitely really cool to see this one continue. Basically, they changed up the formula with this one, where basically now it's not like various levels, but it's actually set on one location. It's kind of have a bit of a Soul Reaver sort of vibe to it, and basically like you have particular areas you go to because it's all set in Egypt. It looks very interesting. I know they got a new engine for this one, and they really touted on here. All new smooth single skin technology for both young and adult Lara Croft, so that's very cool. You got a new inventory system, more new moves, which includes climbing and the ability to swing on ropes, which I think she was able to do before. And you get some new weapons too. But definitely this one looks awesome. I know there's some people who are mixed on this game. Some say it's the best, some say it's the worst. There's some in the middle. I think it looks probably the second best. Tomb Raider 2 is my favorite so far because I'm Let's Playing that, but I'll upload those later. But this one looks like the second best, so can't wait to give this a try. Also can't wait to check out the movie soon. But those are the games I got. Now to finish up on the PS1 stuff. And this one I got because I've been dying to give this a try. I have been getting into this show because I've been watching some Nick shows recently. Sadly, no case for it, and it's Rugrats, Search for Reptar. Surprisingly, another person actually got this game recently, so very cool that we both have the similar taste in games, but looks like a very fun game. Basically, Tommy's searching for his puzzle pieces of Reptar, and basically you go through areas of the show to find each pieces, and you play through particular episodes, so definitely great to see that. And the next game that I got, I started the sequel recently, but I got it for when I finish it. I can jump right into this one, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the third game. I know this one, you go back to playing as Jill from the first one, and basically has her fighting through Raccoon City. I know this takes place around the same time as Resident Evil 2's going on, so that's very cool. But you also play as a different character in this game. I want to get the character's name in here. Carlos, I think his name is. That's who you play as. Yeah. But it looks pretty good. Definitely looks interesting. Can't wait to try it because I liked the other ones, so this will be very cool to play. And then of course got this one. I know there's a second one out, but I want to play the first one first. I know the second one's more of my type of game, but it's cool to start with this one. I know the case is fucked up a bit, but that is Rayman. This is the original, and basically I don't know much about the story, but definitely could be fun and everything. And it definitely looks interesting as a 2D feel, similar to Gex. But we'll see how it is. But those are the games that I got. So if you guys have played any of them, when I come back, we'll talk about the movies that I got. So, yeah. Alright, so now as I have this new part of Resident Evil 2 being uploaded, hope you guys enjoyed the other parts of it. Time to finish off the film update I got. And I got a couple films right here. First one I got is a film that I've heard about. I've heard it's interesting. It's definitely another one of those stalker sort of films, like The Person from Hell. And I know that this version is a little bit edited considering behind the scenes stuff and what came out after, but I thought it looked fun. I definitely thought it looked fun. I thought it had some. I thought it had a very cool idea, a great cast. The Crush with Elisa Silverstone and Carrie Elways. Carrie Elways from The Princess Bride and Twister. Elisa Silverstone from Batman and Robin, which I know she doesn't want to remember. Blast from the Past, Clueless. I think this was like her breakout role. Basically, she's like this teenager who becomes obsessed with this new guy living in her house, played by Carrie Elways. I know Kurtwood Smith is her father, Clarence Bodiger from RoboCop, and the dad from That 70s Show. So, could be very good. It definitely looks fun. Not much for features other than a 2 theatrical trailer and just show off of films from, Morgan Creek. So, but still, great to have it. Next one that I got, this is one that I was recommended, and I was in the mood to get it for a while, but I never could find a good copy of it. Glad this finally got a DVD release, and I'm actually glad I got this version because this has the commentary track with the director. Serial Mom, basically directed by John Waters, who, yes, directed Pink Flamingos, which I can't watch because it's a weird-ass movie, but basically John Waters wrote and directed this. I know this film got buried when it came out. That's why not a lot of people heard about it. But basically it's Kathleen Turner playing a psychopath, playing a mother who goes nuts. That's basically the plot of it. And you got a cast of people like Sam Waterston, Ricky Lake, Suzanne Summers, Matthew Lillard, from Scream, Stu, and just all around looks like a fun film. I'll definitely review when I get a chance. Besides the commentary track, there's nothing much, just trailers, but I can live with that because at least we got a commentary track. I tried to find the original of this, but sadly could not do it, but definitely glad to have this since after I watch it, I'll be able to watch and talk about it. Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. I've never seen the Naked Gun films. I know it's surprising, but definitely glad to have this. But I'll definitely look for the other two later when I have the time. But definitely looks funny. Definitely Leslie Nielsen is always a riot to watch. So could be a fun time. But overall, definitely going to check it out when I have the chance. But that's Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. Surprisingly, this does have some features, but two theatrical trailers and some commentary tracks with David Zucker, the director, and co-writer Robert Weiss and Peter Tilden, the host. So great to have this for the collection to listen to those two. But Naked Gun 2.5 could be very funny. You got Leslie Nielsen reprised this role, Priscilla Presley, George Kennedy. O.J. Simpson, of course. Yeah, I know. But looks like a fun time. Definitely looks like a fun time to have. But that's Naked Gun 2.5. And the next one I got, I know this is one that I know has its haters. I can understand why, but it does. But I've always liked this film. It's my favorite interpretation of this story, and definitely I think the director deserves to look at this film a little bit more fairly because I think he did a very good job. Dune. Yes. The 84 Dune. Definitely a great film. I don't get the hate. Yes, it's not true to the book. Yes, you have the guns change, which I know a lot of people bitch and moan about. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was fine. I liked the idea of the guns. I thought it gave it its own identity. On top of that, it's a movie. So, of course, you're going to be different. And I like David Lynch's directing. Yes, it's an acquired taste. But my tastes are weird, too. And I like the cast in this film. I like Kyle MacLachlan. I like Sting. I like Patrick Stewart. I like who else? Sean Young and Take Her or Leave Her, Virginia Madsen, Alyssa Witt. It's not a bad movie. I don't get the hate that it gets. Yes, it's not true to the book, but I don't care. Yeah, I've never read the book, so I know my brother has. I know he has some stuff to say about it, but I don't care. This is my thoughts. But yeah, I do enjoy this film. Not much for features though, sadly. This one I got, yes. I want to make something clear with this. I will review it. Powder. Yes, I know this is written and directed by Victor Salva, or someone called Victor Shitstain, Victor Saliva, because he is a horrible person in real life. Don't know, look it up. But, you know, I do enjoy this film. I think it's a sad film. I think it has a good heart to it. Despite what Victor did before this, I know what he did was horrible. I still enjoy the film. I think Sean Patrick Flaherty does a great job. It's basically him. When he was born, he plays this albino kid that was basically, when he was in the womb, he was struck by lightning, and basically, well, his mother was struck by lightning, and basically he came out all albino looking, and he was disowned by his father, and you see him living in the basement, and basically his guardian at the time dies, and basically he's being let back into society, and it's a very touching film. It's very sad. I know some people have a hard time watching it because of Victor, but I can understand that. But for me, I do enjoy the film, and there's a lot of people involved with this movie who put their heart into it. Sean Patrick Flaherty, Lance Henriksen, the makeup people. I know that Sean Patrick Flaherty did not know about Victor's past till the premiere, where people were picketing and getting, which the poor guy, because I know he's proud of this film, but I do enjoy the film. I'll review it in the future, but you got a great cast in this. As I said, Sean Patrick Flaherty in The Boondocks, which I will review, Mary Steenburgen, Lance Henriksen from Pumpkinhead and Aliens, Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park. Just a great cast and a great film. Sadly, not much for features, probably because of the whole Victor thing. I know that I plan to check out Jeepers Creepers, but I do enjoy the film. What Victor did was horrible, and depraved, and should he have directed again? No. But the movie itself is really good. So yeah, that's Powder. And the next one I got was one that I was thinking about seeing, but it was a tough summer for me, or a tough year, so I didn't have the time to check it out, but I did think it looked fun, and it looked like a very good heist film, that being Entrapment, with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sean Connery. Basically, they're joining forces to basically have this heist done. And I thought it looked interesting. Got a very good cast in here. Catherine Zeta-Jones, who is smoking hot in this movie. Sean Connery, great actor. Mari Chaikin, Ving Rhames from Mission Impossible, which I will review soon because of Mission Impossible 2. And it's got a good feel. It's interesting. Definitely an interesting film. I like the tone of it. Thought it had something cool to it. And just all around, really well done. So I'll definitely be giving it my thoughts. Great-ass features, too. Definitely great that 20th Century Fox gave this some features. Deleted scenes, director's commentary, featurette, interactive menu, scene selection, languages. So definitely a lot of bang for your buck if you like the film. Yeah, I picked this up. I know this is a film that it's not as liked as the first one. I can understand why, but I still wanted to give this a watch. I know this film had its problems in the making, but I still want to give it a watch because I do want to review these films sometimes. The Crow City of Angels, and this is the exclusive director's cut. I know this film got fucked with in production. I know that there was a huge thing about the fact that the director, Tim Pope, wanted to make something different from the first one, and then Harvey Fatfuck Weinstein and Bob Weinstein put their grubby fingers in it and chose to make it something similar to the first one, and they trimmed out so much that it just became a carbon copy of the first one. And It did well when it came out, but pretty much but it got negative reviews. I want to give it my thoughts. I know this is the director's cut, but I don't remember minding this one as much, but it definitely is nowhere near the first one. I know that the guy in this, Vincent Perez, didn't do much after this, or hasn't done much for us, at least what I know. But yeah, I know also, I mentioned this in my Blade review, David S. Goyer hated this film after it was finished because of the experience the Weinstein gave him. But overall, I do want to give it my thoughts. Great ass features too, but behind the scenes featurette, costume design, production and costume design featurette, feature commentary track with producer Jeff Moyes, composer Graham Revell, who does come back for this film from the first one, actor Richard Brooks, production designer Alex McDowell, costume designer Christine Everberg, original poster concepts, production design stills, and there's DVD-ROM features. So definitely a lot to offer here. And you got a good cast in this film, but Iggy Pop's in this as one of the villains, Mia Kirshner, Richard Brooks from Shocker, Thomas Jane from Deep Blue Sea. So I'll definitely give it a watch and give my thoughts on it. But that's The Crow, City of Angels. Speaking of Thomas Jane, here's Deep Blue Sea. I was actually planning on reviewing this film this summer, but as you know, a lot of things came up. This film is awesome. I don't give a flying fuck what people think. This film is tons of fun. It is insane. It's got great violence. It's probably the best shark film since Jaws 3D. Yeah, I said it. I don't hate Jaws 3D. Yeah, the effect going towards the camera like a loaf of bread. But I think this film works. I think it's got great energy. Rennie Harlan does a great job directing it. The practical effects on the sharks look great. And even the CGI, I think, is fine. I don't think it's as bad as everybody made it out to be, but I think it's a fun film. And even has a great cast like Saffron Burrows, Thomas Jane, LL Cool J from Halloween H2O, Jacqueline McKenzie, Michael Rappaport from Metro, and what else? And Next Friday, Samuel Jackson, no introduction needed, Stellan Skarsgård. Definitely one to check out. And definitely great for the features too, as you got filmographies, 2 theatrical trailer, a making of, documentary, commentary, deleted scenes. There's also a still gallery. So definitely a crazy ass film. I will talk about in the future to make up for the fact that I was supposed to review it for the summer, but never got around to it. Here's one that I did review for Halloween, but finally got on DVD. I do have the VHS. I bought that, but I don't have it near me. Let me see if I have it. Probably around here somewhere. Somebody put it away, probably. I probably put it away by mistake, but The Blair Witch Project. This film is insane. I don't get the people who hate this film. If you dislike the film, that's fine, but I don't get it. I think it's creative. I think it's creepy. Has great energy to it. I can totally see the hype behind it. And definitely one that I think is one of the best horror films of '99, up there with the House on Haunted Hill remake. So yeah, it is a blast, this film. I don't get the people who hate it. But anyway, continuing on, got like a few more left. Next one I got, this is one based on a show that I absolutely love. I have seen up to the 3 seasons. I'm almost done with season 3, and I've started the game. But this is one that I was so excited to check out. It lived up to the expectations. I never laughed as hard as a film as I did with this one. And I think it totally pushes the boundaries of what can be seen on film, especially with the MPAA. And it's just all around a great film, and definitely one to check out if you're a fan of the show, and that is South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. I don't think this film needs any introduction. What needs to be talked about, basically, it's South Park on the big screen, and it does great with that. I think it's up there. I think at times there's a part of me that does like this more than the Beavis and Butthead movie. Yeah, I said it. I definitely think that film is great too. But this one, I definitely think has some balls to it. Trey Parker and Matt Stone do a great job writing and directing. I like the fact that it's based off their time making the show and the controversy that swelled from it, their reaction to that. It's just a funny fucking movie. I like it's basically Kyle, Stan, Cartman, Kenny, they all go to see this Terrence and Phillip film, and they get in trouble for doing it, and basically the parents are rebelling because their kids are mimicking the words from the show. It's a funny ass movie. It definitely deserves all of the credit it got, and I definitely think it's the best animated film of '99, even though there's other great ones too. But this one I just thought really had a lot going for it, and I really think that it really shows their talents as directors. Isaac Hayes, you have reprising his role. You have small cameo from George Clooney, Eric Idle. Just all around great film. Sadly, not much for features. I'm surprised about that. You'd think the guys would have something to talk about, but no. But I'll review this film in the future. This was another one that I wanted to review, but sadly didn't have the time to. Speaking of which, another film that came out the same time that I picked up, American Pie. I don't care what people want to say. I don't care how offended these people are by this movie. This movie's fucking funny. I think it has a good heart to it. It's not mean like everybody says it is. I don't think it's as mean as they made it out to be. I think it's funny. I think the kids are likable. Basically, it's about these kids basically afraid of going to college virginless, and they try to hook up with girls. But they're not mean about it. They're not like they're out there trying to get with girls. They're not drugging them. They're not doing all this stupid stuff. But I think that's why I can get behind it. In fact, I know people nowadays point to the Nadia. I know people point to the camera thing with Nadia. But let me point you to a Roger Ebert review where he said something along the lines of, it's funny because he forgot to leave it, because he forgot to turn it off. It wouldn't be funny if he left it on. That's what's so funny about it. So I don't agree with the people who are bringing that up. If you dislike the film, that's fine. But stop with this whole thing where it's like, oh, I'm so offended. I think it's a funny-ass movie. But yeah. Again, if you dislike it, that's fine. But I don't get the hate. And great features, too. Spotlight on location, feature commentary with director Paul Weitz, producer Chris Wrights, writer Adam Hurst, and cast members Eddie K. Thomas, Jason Biggs, and Sean William Scott. Outtakes, Universal Records, soundtrack presentation, music highlights, classic quotes, production notes, cast of filmmakers, and a 2 theatrical trailer. And a great cast to go along with it, like Jason Biggs and one of his film debuts, Chris Klein from Election, Natasha Lyonne, Tara Reid from Urban Legend, Thomas Ian Nicholas from Rookie of the Year and A Kid in King Arthur's Court, Mena Savari, Eugene Levy is the dad, and I think he's the best part of this film. Sean William Scott is going to be in Final Destination. Definitely wanted to check out, and I'll definitely review this film. So yeah, it's American Pie. Here's another one that people went crazy about that I saw, and I never got a chance to review it when the slip came out. But definitely glad to have this film, because in the future I want to review, and that is The Matrix. Great, great, great movie. Definitely has a lot going for it. Has great, basically it's this alternate reality that basically everything's perfect, everything could be worked on. And it's interesting. I definitely think it's interesting. I think it's crazy. The action is insane. Very John Woo-like. The Wachowski brothers do a great job directing this film. And a great cast. Keanu Reeves from Johnny Mnemonic and Speed. I still think Speed is his best film, but this is a close third, because Johnny Mnemоnic's my second favorite. Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, Joe Pantoliano from Bound. And just all around a great action film, and great DVD too. Behind the scenes documentary, cast and crew commentary, music only audio track, Follow the White Rabbit and Take Red Pills for mysterious mind-bending extras. And there's a DVD ROM thing again, where if you put it in this, where you get a challenge, some screenplay storyboards, and genre essay, Do You Know Kung Fu? An original 2 theatrical website. So a lot of bang for your buck with this film. But continuing on, next one I got, here's another one that I saw, but I didn't get a chance to review. And this film is fun. I didn't think it would work as well as it did, but watching it, it's a great ride, and that is The Mummy. I know this is a remake. As I said, it's one of the better remakes. Makes next to House on Haunted Hill, The Thing, and all those films. I really think it's a great fun film. Stephen Sommers, who did Deep Rising, does a great job directing this. Great lead in Brendan Fraser. Rachel Weisz is smoking hot in this film, especially in that black dress she wears at the end. What's his name? Arnold Vosloo is great as the villain. And John Hannah, Jonathan Hyde, Kevin J. O'Connor, great score by Jerry Goldsmith. Just all around, a great action film and great effects. And I'm so sad that I didn't get a chance to review it because it deserves a review. But yeah, in terms of features, you get Building a Better Mummy, an in-depth look to the creative and technical processes that brought us the heart-stopping visual effects of the film with director Stephen Sommers and the crew at Industrial Light and Magic. Feature commentary with director Stephen Sommers and Bob Ducasse. Visual and special effects formation, Egyptology 101, deleted scenes, 2 theatrical trailers, a Universal Showcase. Interactive Mummy game, if you got the DVD-ROM, interactive Mummy game, Tomb screensavers, electronic postcards. So, a lot of bang for your buck there. Alright, and the next film that I got, I know this is one that's going to piss some people off that I have this, but I don't care. It's a funny-ass movie, at least from what I heard, so I figured I'd pick it up. Porky's. Yeah, I don't care. Looks funny as heck. Heck, people need to know it's just a movie, and if they act like this, they're as dumb as the movie. Basically, these guys who basically join this place to find the women, they go to this sex house called Porky's to win some women, and they get ripped off, and they have to plan a revenge scheme. So yeah, that's the cast of it. Got Kim Cattrall from Sex and the City, a show that my mom watches constantly. Scott Columbia, Carrie Hunter, Nancy Parsons, Alex Karras, and Susan Clark. Even directed by Bob Clark, who will go on to who before this directed Black Christmas and A Christmas Story, and yes, Baby Geniuses. But still, what more can be said about Porky's? I will check it out. No features, sadly, but overall, we'll definitely review this when I have the time. And here's one that I had to get on DVD, as this is one that what more can be said? This film is a classic, based on a Stephen King book, and to many, it's one of his best. That film is none other than Misery, featuring an outstanding performance by Kathy Bates. So glad to have this. You all know the story of Misery. Basically, it's James Caan, who's a writer, who basically gets in a car crash, and Kathy Bates is this obsessed fan who saves him. And basically, she is mad that he's killing off her favorite character, and that the book series she loves is ending, and she's holding him hostage. And it's a really tense film. I will review it in the future, as this is a film that needs to be reviewed. And fantastic direction by Rob Reiner, great cast, with also Richard Farnsworth, Lauren Bacall, and Frances Sternhagen. Just all around a great film. Sadly, no features except the collectible booklet, but still great to have for the collection. Alright, so continuing on, next up I got is one that I saw recently and I absolutely adored. I thought this was an awesome film, definitely one I'm going to watch for Halloween a lot. And it's the perfect blend of horror and comedy. This is, I think, does it perfectly. It's sad that this film got buried because of the fucking Columbine situation, because it did not deserve it. Idle Hands. Yeah. Basically, the plot of the film is fairly simple. It's basically it's a stoner comedy with horror in it. And basically, you have this guy named Anton Tobias, played by Devon Sawa, who basically is so lazy, his hand gets possessed and starts killing people. And it is a ton of fun, this film. It has a great heart to it. You got a great cast. Devon Sawa from Wild America, and he's also going to be in Final Destination. Seth Green from Austin Powers 1 and 2, and Eldon Henson from She's All That, and Jessica Alba from Never Been Kissed, who is smoking hot in this movie. Vivica A. Fox from Independence Day, Jack Noseworthy from the Brady Bunch movie, and just all around great casting here from just all around a great direction from Rodman Flender, who previously did Leprechaun 2 and The Unborn. It's got that little bit of a quality to it, so if that's your thing, you'll enjoy. You even have an appearance from Fred Willard in the opening. But in terms of features, you get a director and cast commentary, including Seth Green, deleted scene with introduction and commentary, making of featurette, production notes, two theatrical trailers, storyboard comparisons, and talent files. So great bang for your buck if you like this film. And continuing on, this is one that I also wanted to see real bad, but sadly I didn't have the time to because I had a lot going on with life in the summer and going into October. A lot of drama happened. I don't want to get into it on here, but wasn't really keen on checking it out after that, but finally got it, and I'll give it a watch soon because I've heard amazing things about this film. Fight Club, and this is the 2-disc special edition. Everyone knows Fight Club, but it was one I have honestly never seen it, which is insane, but here's the edition, and there's my dogs in the background. I like the look of it. I definitely like the look of it. It's like a sort of help air traffic manual, like a sort of like preparation manual on what to do. I think that's very cool. So yeah, very cool to have this. But everyone knows what Fight Club it's about. Definitely one I want to give a review, but great for features too, this DVD. You got a great cast in here. Edward Norton, Brad Pitt, Helena Bonham Carter, Meatloaf, Ade, Jared Leto. All around, lot to have in here. Got some great features too, like commentary tracks, 4 commentary tracks with David Fincher, Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, Helena Bonham Carter. You have 17 behind-the-scenes vignettes with multiple angles and commentary, outtakes, deleted scenes, storyboards, publicity gallery, concept art, and more. So a lot of bang for your buck with this movie. So yeah, definitely glad to have this for the collection. And another film that I got to add to the collection, because I do got to review both these films at some point, because these films need no introduction. Well, the first one does, and they're practically the film that gave Stephen King the name that he is today. That is The Rage, Carrie 2. I know this one bombed. It was considered a flop to many people, but I still wanted to give it a watch and see how it is and everything, and see what it can offer. I know that this is a new girl who's going through the same thing as Carrie. This time, her name's Rachel, played by Emily Burgle. No, but we'll see how it is. Definitely we'll see how it is. Did not pay that much. Did not pay that for it. But in terms of features, alternate ending with before and after, special effects sequences, additional scenes not shown in theaters. I didn't even know this. That's cool. Great to have this here. Great that I got this version too. But pretty much, yeah. Definitely will check it out. Amy Irving reprises her role. Jason London, is that the Jason London from Mallrats? Let me see for a second. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm thinking of something else. But still glad to have this for the collection. And another comedy that I got to add to my Eddie Murphy collection, Life. This is the one where he and Martin Lawrence are basically trying to escape jail, and pretty much they grow old and pretty much die in jail. Could be really funny. I've heard some great things about this film, especially from a friend of mine. But in terms of features, all you get is a spotlight on location, feature commentary with director Ted Demme, outtakes, director's edits, Rockland, Interscope soundtrack presentation with Casey and JoJo Maxwell music videos, Universal Showcase, production notes, cast and filmmakers, 2 theatrical trailer, plus DVD-ROM features. But I'll give this a watch and see how it is. I heard it was really good from a lot of people. I know somebody doesn't like it and said you did life for watching it. But we'll see how it is. Alright. Time to finish up the update with these last 2 films I got. And the next one is a film that I've been wanting to check out for a while. This is one that I've heard many people have enjoyed. It's garnered a cult following. Didn't really do much when it came out. It just went direct to video under Apex and finally got a DVD release. But here it finally is. Drive. Heard many great things about this movie. Basically, it is about this guy who basically has this bioenergy module placed on his chest, and he basically finds this guy who basically decides to help him get to freedom in Los Angeles to get this bomb off his chest. That's basically the plot of it, but it looks like a fun film. Definitely looks like it has some cool action. There's a rumor, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Brett Ratner is a fan of this film and actually used this as influence for Rush Hour. I don't know if that's true or not, but let me know. But not only you got Mark Dacascos in the role, great martial artist. Who else? Kadeem Hardison from Vampire in Brooklyn. He's the dude who goes, "You hungry? I'll run down to KFC and get you some chicken." And he spits out the bone, goes, "I already had Italian." That's Kadeem Hardison. Brittany Murphy from Clueless, and she was also Luann on King of the Hill. Who else? Sana Lathan from Blade. She was Blade's mother. Tracy Walter. Mashika Kato. So overall, looks like a great film. In terms of features, got a lot to live up to. Got a lot bang for your buck. You get a director's cut too. I didn't even realize that this film had a director's cut. Audio, deleted scenes, interviews with the cast and crew, commentary, and you get reversible artwork for the DVD too. I don't know which one that is. You can get a poster too. I don't know which one this is. I don't know if this is an original cover or something that they had for it. If anyone knows, let me know. But I like this one more. Cool that they did this though. But definitely grateful to have this film finally, because I've been looking for it for a while. Very glad to finally get it on DVD and have it for the collection. Get in there. Stick in there. Alright. And the last film that I got, this is one that I've been wanting to get for a while. I was debating on whether I should get it on VHS, but figured I'd get it when it finally got the DVD release, figured I finally would get it, and that is The Adventures of Ford Fairlane on DVD. This is a film that I think needs no introduction. Finally glad that this gets something, because it's been on VHS for such a long time that we needed a DVD release of it. Directed by Rennie Harlan, will go on to direct Deep Blue Sea, which I love, and Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger, among many others. Basically, Andrew Dice Clay is a crazy-ass detective and basically is solving this crime. And you got a great cast in here. Gilbert Gottfried, Robert Englund, Freddie himself, Wayne Newton, and who else? I think Lauren Hawley as well. Oh, just all around. Ed O'Neill, just great cast. But in terms of feature, commentary with director Rennie Harlan of making a featurette and a music video by Billy Idol, 2 theatrical trailer. Definitely will review this sometime in the future because it needs a review. But that's all the films that I got recently. I'm definitely working on a few reviews right now. I got the Boondock Saints review, which is being edited. I just got some stuff I got to do later today. I'm going to be going to do some shoveling, because for those who don't know, it's been snowing crazy out here. But that's going to be it for this video, you guys. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.